Hey friends, welcome back to the Victorian Letter Writers Guild and Belle's Library. I have been wanting to join a reading challenge, and I recently came across this one called Nonfiction November. It is put on by a book Olive. I will link her in the description below. And I found out about it through Books and Things, another YouTuber that I love watching. I'll put links to both of those channels in the description. Now I am a little bit late to this challenge. It started November 1st, but there is still time because the only rule of the challenge is you just have to read one nonfiction book in the month of November. And while I do tend to read more nonfiction than fiction, lately I have read a ton of fiction. So I think I've just been kind of like a brain chill break. But I am excited to pick up some nonfiction, and I have two that I have chosen since I am halfway through the month and I am on a book already. I don't want to get myself too overwhelmed, so I got two that I've chosen and I wanted to share those with you guys today. Now, a book Olive has put out this challenge with four kind of themes, prompts that you can look for as you're looking through your nonfiction books. And they're prompt words. You don't have to use these. It's just an extra part of the challenge if you choose to do it. And the four words are fraud, web, capital, and display. Now, the first book that I chose to possibly read, which is actually I'm probably going to read this one, for this challenge is The Fasting Girl by Michelle Stacy. I have actually read this book a couple of times. It is going to fulfill a couple of these. It's definitely going to fulfill the fraud prompt, web as in a web of lies, display as in a display of drama of epic proportions. This book cracks me up and it's super weird at the same time. So this is a Victorian medical mystery of the fasting girl. And I'll just read the front cover here too. It says, in 1865, Molly Fancher of Brooklyn, New York began suffering unexplained symptoms, including blindness, paralysis, and trances. 13 years later, she became an international sensation, fought over by scientists and philosophers, called a psychological miracle and a fraud. Igniting her fame was one remarkable question. How had Molly lived for 6 months on a few teaspoons of milk and a small banana, and for the next 12 years on nothing at all? So this is a documented case, well documented in this book, but there's a couple other out there as well. She's not the only fasting girl of Victorian times, but her story is super fun. So I will very likely be reading A Fasting Girl. And then the second one that I chose, this is called The Englishman Who Posted Himself and Other Stories by John Tingey. This one I haven't actually read or looked through ever before. I can't even remember how I got a hold of this. I think a friend sent it to me. I have no idea if it will meet any of the challenge prompts because, you know, haven't read it. But the back of this one says, in 1898, W. Reginald Bray purchased a copy of the Post Office Guide and began to study the regulations published quarterly by the British postal authorities. He discovered, much to his delight, that one of the smallest living creatures one could post was a bee, and the largest an elephant. Intrigued, he decided to experiment by sending ordinary and strange objects through the post unwrapped, including a turnip, a bowler hat, a bicycle pump, shirt cuffs, dog biscuits, seaweed, a flask, even a rabbit skull. He eventually posted his Irish Terrier and himself, earning him the nickname The Human Letter. So it goes on to talk about all of the things that this guy sent through the mail, which I think will be fun to read. I'm a member of bookcrossing.com, and we have a yearly birthday exchange. Well, a group of us will get together to send each other birthday presents on our birthday. And this one specific member for years has sent out the funniest gifts. One year she sent out plastic dinosaurs to everyone, and she just got the label and, you know, smashed it onto the dinosaur and taped it around and sent out plastic dinosaurs. One year she sent out frisbees with mailing labels on them. One year she sent out one flip-flop. One year she sent out 2-liter bottles of just filled with trinkets, filled with, you know, little balloons and little toys and whatever, and she just taped the label on there and sent that. So each year she sends out something else interesting like that, not in a package or any kind of a box, just by itself, just for fun. so you can say, you know, I got a Frisbee in the mail or whatever. So those are my 2 nonfiction November choices. I will be back with reviews on those. So let me know in the comments if you are going to be doing the Nonfiction November challenge as well. It's not too late to join. We still have almost half the month left. Hope you're all having a great November so far. Looking forward to Thanksgiving if you celebrate. And I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.